up? It's your favorite girl, okay, Bex21, and we're back at it in the kitchen again. As we know, it's gonna be Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is holiday time. Holiday time. Holiday time. Cinco de Mayo is holiday time in Mexico. Yo, if you know, comment down below where that's from, because I really want to see. Anyway, we're back at it again in the kitchen today, and you know, in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I already uploaded one taco video, which was a vegan version, and today I'm uploading a fish version of a taco. Okay, so we're having a fish taco today. Yes, I know many of y'all probably think that I'm vegan, but I eat fish occasionally. That's the only thing in my diet that I like. Occasionally I'll have some fish if I feel like it, and you know what, today I really felt like it. It's gonna be Cinco de Mayo. I want to have fish. So anyway, we're gonna get to this fish taco here, but this is what we're finna do. I'm finna show y'all how to make a vegan crema. I'm also gonna show you guys how to make a cabbage salsa. And then lastly, we're gonna make the fish tacos. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to fry up the fish to get like a good beer batter without using actual beer. You guys can make this gluten-free if you like or whatever. This one's not gonna be gluten-free, so okay, the tortilla shells will be gluten-free though, baby. It's hot as hell. Okay, so if you guys want to know how I'm gonna do the do, baby, then keep on watching. Okay, I do want to say, ignore that, those are labels. You know Virgo, just extra as hell. Like, why do you have like labels for the seasoning? But you know, that's just what it be. I do want to mention that none of these ingredients are extra ingredients. Like, it's literally all the ingredients you're gonna need here. Depending on what you're making is what you need. I will split it up versus crema versus cabbage and the fish, just so you guys know, like, oh, this isn't necessary for this. You're gonna need some cashews, water, of course. Okay, so this is the vegan crema here. You're gonna need some cashews, of course. We gotta go organic, raw. Come on somebody. We got the sea salt here and lemons. Okay, this is a necessary component. You're gonna need all of this stuff. Okay, next set of ingredients are for the actual taco itself, the fish taco. We're definitely going to need fish. When I get fish, baby, I go high quality. Okay, so we have cod from Bristol Farm. There's no compromising on meats and things like that. If you're going to eat meat, if you're gonna eat fish, it better be high quality, okay? We're obviously gonna need tortillas for this. You're gonna need some cornstarch. They call it corn flour as well, but it's necessary for the crispness of the outside. All-purpose flour. You can use another flour, but I cannot guarantee you that your batter will come out how it's supposed to come out, okay? You're gonna need some sort of ginger beer. So let me explain this part. This part is gonna give some aromatics to your outside crust of the fish. You guys can use sparkling water, but the sugar in the ginger beer gives it the color. It helps make it look not albino or sickly. So if you're trying to be professional, then you want to go with the ginger beer, but you don't have to. And then of course we have seasonings. We have onion powder here, you know, my Trader Joe's 21 Salute here, paprika, black pepper, and some garlic powder. Okay, that's all that's gonna go into the actual batter. And lastly, we're gonna talk about the cabbage slaw. So you're going to need cabbage. Okay, so I have green and I have red cabbage. Now that's a little extra. You don't have to use both, but I like the color variation. It's very chef-like. You're gonna need some cilantro. You're gonna need some tomato. Y'all don't kill me for all this plastic here, okay? And you're gonna need some lime. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna start off with the cabbage slaw because it's gonna be a lot easier, and plus you kind of want the seasoning to marry itself and sit in itself. So this is gonna be the first component, and then we will get into the crema and the fish. We do wanna get a pot of boiling water for the crema. I forgot to mention that, so make sure you do that. Now I'm gonna come over here with the tomatoes. I like to use a bread knife. To me, it's just easier to cut. I need better knives, that's what it's saying. So this is a little, okay, if you're learning to cook, this will help you out here. I like my salsa chunky. That's what I prefer. So my knife cuts are usually thicker on salsas and stuff. But if you don't like that, then you don't need to. But this helps cuts even. So I'm just going to throw this in a bowl. And I'm going to continue cutting up some more tomato. And then we're going to start working on the cabbage. Okay, here's the cabbage. I probably should switch to another knife, but you know, dishes, right? So we want to kind of cut it thinly. Okay. We don't want it to be too bulky, but the acidity from the tomatoes and the limes will soften up the cabbage. You don't have to break it up now because it'll get broken up later. Now I know I said there was no extra ingredients. Low-key, the purple cabbage is extra. You can get away with just using regular green cabbage, but I mean, why would you want to be regular is my question. Okay, we always want to be checking this, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of mix it up a little. Ooh, that's a big chunk. We don't want that. You see that color that I'm talking about? Okay, we're definitely gonna use some more tomato. Okay, we're definitely gonna be done with the cabbage. I'm no longer gonna add any more cabbage in here, but I'm gonna add the tomatoes, cilantro, and some lime. I'm gonna teach you guys a cilantro trick. So you get a knife, or baby, what the foot? What the what? You get a fork, okay, and you just kind of not stab it, but like, you know, graze over it like it's a rake, and you pinch the bottom here, and all the leaves will start to come out. You see this? There's a couple of stems that may pass through, but for the most part, you got your cilantro. Now I'm gonna take my knife, okay, and just chop it up. We want really small pieces of cilantro. Y'all are seeing all my little skills, okay? I'll be learning, baby. I'll be watching the cooking shows. Okay, so now that our cilantro is thinly sliced, we're gonna throw it in our cabbage mixture. I already have 1 bunch of cilantro in there, so this is 2 bunches. We're gonna go ahead and give it a mix. Okay, so we put about 5 tomatoes in here, 2 heads of cilantro, about 75% of a small purple cabbage, and then about 50% of a green cabbage that was medium sized. It doesn't have to be exact, like you could put a little in at a time and then mix it up and just kind of see where it's at. I'm now going to add in the lime. This is the juice of 5 limes in here, but I'm not going to add it all right away. I added about 3 and a half, and I'm gonna mix it up. Now before I mix it up, I'm actually gonna add some salt to this, some sea salt. You can add purple salt, or pink salt, purple salt. About a teaspoon of salt, because if you don't salt this, it's gonna taste funny. As you can see, the lime acidity is kind of breaking up the binds in the cabbage, and this helps get rid of the bitterness that the cabbage brings. Now I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna add the rest of the 5 limes in here and a little bit more salt. Mix this up one more time, and then I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the fridge for later. We want this to be nice and cool and ready to go when our fish is done, to give it some contrast, to give the fish different texture, okay, to bring the fish some acidity. It's gonna be real nice. Okay, before I start cleaning up, ignore the background. I have half a cup of cashews here, as you guys can see, and I'm literally just gonna take that boiling water and throw it right on top of that to make sure it's covered in there, as you guys can see. And we're gonna set this off to the side. You can wait about 10 minutes. I'm probably gonna wait about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we want these to soak. This is gonna help with digestion, and it's gonna help blend up those cashews, okay? While we're waiting on the crema, we're gonna start on the dry ingredients for our fish. We're gonna need a cup of flour. Again, I'm gonna use this one. You guys can use your favorite flour, but just don't expect it to rise like it should, you know what I mean? You guys can substitute and switch out, but I can't give no promises, and that's why my ass is using this, because I want the shit to come out right the first time. Maybe next time we'll experiment, baby. Okay, so here we go. We have 1 cup, half of a cup of cornstarch. Careful, because cornstarch is hella messy. All right, so there we go. Now I'm gonna throw in my seasonings, onion powder, black pepper. Feel free to kind of go ham, because what's gonna happen is that this is gonna encase the fish, right? So you're not really seasoning the fish prior. You can season it. I'm gonna add a little salt on the actual fish itself before I do anything, but the seasoning is gonna be all in here, right? So we wanna make sure that it tastes excellent. Here's our paprika. This is gonna help give us the color. I'm adding about a tablespoon of each seasoning because you know black people, we like our food well seasoned. Thank you very much. A little bit of garlic powder. Baby, praise God, we got the Old Bay. Okay, we got the Old Bay. I'm finna add some Old Bay to this. I was just thinking about it like, damn, I wish I had some. Did not have it. So there, I'm gonna add, I added salt, and then we're gonna add Old Bay. Now this is hella extra. You know how we do. You know how we do, baby. You know how we do. Gotta get that in there. Now I'm gonna stir this up, and we're gonna move on back to the crema before we hit the fish. But at this point, you wanna take your fish out of the fridge because you don't want your fish super cold. When it hits that hot grease, you know what it's gonna do? Not cook. So, take it out. This is better if you have a small blender, but that's not what we're working with. Sorry, y'all. The trash man's outside. Y'all know how it is when you live in an alley. I lied to you guys and I said you guys are only gonna need a lemon, but you're actually gonna need a lime too. So a juice of 1 lemon and a juice of 1 lime. We're gonna pour that into a blender. Okay, back to the task at hand. You want 3 tablespoons of water. I already put it in here. I'm gonna add in the soaked cashews and some salt. That's about it. And we're gonna blend this baby up. So I added a little bit more water to the crema. You don't need a big ass blender, but I don't have my small blender anymore because I leveled up. So this is what happens sometimes when you level up, because literally do you see how much crema's in there? I'm gonna taste it on here. I just tasted it, but I added a little bit more water for texture purposes because I noticed that it was a little chunky and I wanted a little bit more runny. You know, I didn't want the cashews to be there, but baby, it's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, I can't wait to eat this shit. Okay, it's gonna be fire. But anyway, the crema is done. So the crema is done. I'm not gonna add anything. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna leave it at room temperature because the cabbage slaw is gonna be cold. I don't want a double cold element, so because that's gonna take a, you understand what I'm saying? Now we're gonna pretty much start working on the fish element. I'm super, man, y'all have no idea how excited I am for this taco. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I already have a plate here ready for the fish to come out. I'm gonna turn on my pan. It already has oil in it. I'm actually gonna shallow fry it in a wok. You guys can kind of see where that is at. And we're gonna kind of base it in the oil, okay? Baby girl been watching Chef Ramsay. So we want a hot pan, and the cuts are gonna be like this. We don't want bigger cuts than this because it's gonna be too damn big. So I'm just gonna cut it up. Baby, I couldn't bear doing it. I had to use the cutting board, but we gotta use the back. Be hygienic. So we are gonna salt the fish. Very important. Now we're gonna work and add our wet ingredients into this. I'm gonna take 1.5 cup of ginger beer and add it to my dredging. Woo! There we go. Here we go. Hey y'all, now we're gonna get on to the exciting part, which is the frying part. Again, we're gonna shallow fry. I'm gonna dip the fish in, make sure it's fully coated, okay? So we want the fish coated. We're gonna drip off the excess. Y'all, oh, y'all can't even see. Child, fully coated and dipping off. So we're gonna kind of sway it back and forth. This is gonna help the fish float. So we want part of it cooked, right? So then it doesn't sink to the bottom. And we're gonna drop it away from us. Like that. Boom, baby! Okay, shout out to Chef Ram. Oh, baby, look at the coating on that motherfucker. Okay, can't nobody tell me nothing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna base it. So we wanna kind of throw the oil over it, like this, while we're tilting it. The oil's kind of hot, so this is gonna cook quite quickly. But we wanna bake. You see this? You see what we doing, baby? You see what we doing? Make sure nobody's over there that way because you're gonna kill them with oil. Baby, that color is everything. So I'm gonna turn it down kind of to a medium heat because I'm noticing that it's cooking quite quickly. You're good, friend. I just want to check the bottom of the fish to make sure it's not burning. Okay, woo! You see that color, baby? I'm gonna flip it back, okay? We're gonna baste that other side again. You need to turn your oven onto a 350, baby. 350. Because we're gonna put this in the oven in a second because we wanna make sure that the fish is gonna cook out, okay? We don't wanna serve people raw fish. And as you see, it's cooking quite marvelously. But yeah, so I'm gonna let this cook off for about 30 seconds to a minute, and I'm gonna put it in the oven, okay? So now I'm gonna take this fish out. Woo, look at that color. Perfect piece of fish. And we're gonna throw this in the oven just to let it finish off a little bit for about 2 minutes. So I'm gonna do another one to kind of show you guys how we do it. Again, you wanna coat your fish here. Make sure it's coated. Dip off excess. We don't want the excess, right? That's a little bit of the fish, but that's gonna be okay. We're gonna kind of, you know, just let it dip its toes in her. Okay, away from you. Boom. So you want baby to cook for a second, and then you want to baste her. Baste her with the oil. This helps take away some of the heaviness in frying too. Before I throw this in the oven, this is the second piece of fish. Do you see this? Like, are we looking at the same fucking thing, baby? So I'm gonna cook the rest of my fish, okay? Well, I think we got the concept. I think we're here. And then I'm gonna come back, you know, do a little taste test for y'all. Okay, we are back. Okay, the fish is done. Look at this. Do we see this? Do we see? Okay, so we're gonna take the slaw or the salsa, whatever the hell it is, and I'm gonna pop it on top. So I got the crema and I put it in a little baggie. Now we're gonna put just a line. You see that? Little tricks, baby, little tricks. And here are our fish tacos. Are you excited? I'm probably not excited as I am, but you know, I have to do a little montage before we do the eating test. So let's do the montage real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a try. Ignore the dishes. Okay, clearly I just cooked. Don't be on me, don't be on me. Let's take a bite. Baby, this one right here, I need a little bit of hot sauce. I can't lie. A little bit of hot sauce. Like, I'm gonna throw a Texas Pete on it. You could do tapatio. You could do Cholula. Whatever you want, baby. But here it is. I brought the recipe for Cinco de Mayo. It's holiday time. Okay, I brought the recipe. I hope y'all enjoy it. Of course, you guys can enjoy these tacos anytime. But, you know, just thought I'd bring a little something extra with a little extra flavor to the people, okay? I hope you guys love this recipe and enjoy it. Make it for your friends, family, yourself. Baby, this is a wife me up meal right here, okay? This is a put a ring on it meal, okay? Baby, you might just get your 8, okay? The groceries is getting 8 off of this one, okay? Thank me later in the DM, sis. All right, y'all. I love you guys. Peace.